I'm Corey Mesa, and you're watching Mesa Makes. Hi guys, so today on Mesa Makes, we're going to be making garage storage shelves for those tote bins. We had a shelf like this at my old house. Me and my wife moved about a month ago, and we have a lot of storage space inside the house, but we don't have as much space in the garage like we used to. We're trying to maximize the space as best as we can, so we're going to show you how to do that today. So like any project, you always want to measure your space. Once you get those measurements, go ahead and plan your cuts. For me, I'm going to need 6 pieces at 68 inches long. I'm going to need 2 8-footers, and I'm going to need 6 at 24 inches long. After you have your pieces cut, go ahead and start marking out how high you want your shelves to be, and then figure out where your studs are. We have to anchor these pieces to the studs, especially if you're going to be putting weight on them. There's nothing holding it on the backside, and it is going to be attached to the wall. Studs are usually 16 inches on center, but it's always good to have a stud finder just to be sure. Some houses are different, some walls are smaller, so there might be more, there might be less, you never know. What I'm doing here is putting 2 screws in the wall to be like my third set of hands to hold the first railing up. You're going to actually screw that into the studs on the wall where you want it. Then you're going to make 2 spacer pieces to ensure your gaps are equal while you hold your next piece in, and just keep repeating for as many layers as you want. To hold up those spacer pieces, I actually use some small drywall screws, but if you don't want to mar your walls, go ahead and have a friend help you hold those up. Once you have your back pieces all mounted to the wall, go ahead and take your matching pieces, those will be your front, and mount those to the pieces that are mounted to the wall. Once all 3 pieces are attached, go ahead and grab your uprights and attach those to the 3 pieces you just attached to the other 3 pieces, and fasten them with some deck screws. After that, you see me right here cutting them with a flush cut saw. You could take these and measure them. It's a lot easier to use it with a flush cut saw because you know that it's going to match and it's going to be perfectly flush. But whatever you would like to do will work. Once that is done, go ahead and take your cross pieces. What you see me doing here is adding pocket holes. A pocket hole jig is not necessary to do this project. You can do them on end and you'll get the same results, but what this allows you to do is get more surface area with a single screw. Once your cross pieces are prepped, go ahead and take off that front frame, set it off to the side for now, and go ahead and start mounting your cross pieces to the back frame. I use the pocket holes here, but like I said, you can do them on end. It's just a little stronger with the pocket holes sometimes. Continue doing this with all of your cross pieces. They look a little flimsy right now, but the benefit of the pocket holes are that you can square things up a little easier without having to break out a square because your pocket holes are square to the end of your piece. To prove to you the studs are where you need to anchor to, I'm going to hang on it. I weigh about 250 pounds and it's holding up pretty well, so there you go. Your next step would be to add some sort of covering. Here I'm using some plywood. It's cut a little long. I had the hardware store cut it for me, a 4x8 sheet straight in half, and I'm cutting it to length with a circular saw. I plan on using the other pieces for some Halloween decorations or something in the future. Once you have all your pieces cut, slide them right on in, and I'm just anchoring them down with some small deck screws, and that's pretty much it. Your shelf is complete. So all in all, it's a pretty cheap cheap little project. All you need is some plywood and some 2x4s. The pocket hole jig kind of helps, but you can get away with just doing it on end if you just use some longer screws. All in all, I think I spent about 50 bucks for this shelving, and you can kind of tailor it to your needs. So if you have taller bins, if you have bigger pieces of camping equipment, or if you have like a small barbecue or whatever you want to store in here, you can store and you can change the levels according to what you actually have in mind. The biggest thing is just always mount to those studs. I put myself on it it helped me up. But if you're gonna be storing heavy stuff, make sure you have some sort of anchor of some sort to hold all that, to keep it from falling off the wall. If you have kids, that's also a must. Well, that's gonna do it for me here today. Remember, it's not about having time, it's about making time. Thanks.